everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have not done a homeschool video in a long time, so I just want to take a couple of minutes this morning or today and share with y'all about this new curriculum that I found for my third grader and why midstream of our school year we totally scrapped what we were doing and picked this curriculum up and have just ran with it and are loving it. And what I'm going to be talking about today is the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts 3, Level 3. My son is a third grader and a very good reader. Not the greatest speller in the world, but he can read really well and he retains what he reads, so that's a plus for us. But the curriculum that we were doing, and I'm not going to name it because I don't want to, because it's a really good solid curriculum, but what we were doing was opening the book every day, or the books because it's the workbook every day, and it was good. It was, he was learning new concepts. He would learn a new concept, work on that for 4 or 5 days, then take a test, and it was the same thing the next week and the next day. But opening the books up every day, it was the same process. It was the same spelling. You did the spelling words the exact same way. You read this and then you done it, and it was just very redundant. And my 8-year-old he's very he doesn't like doing things the same way every day, day in and day out. He's a daydreamer, he's a dreamer, he's a creative child. So just doing pencil and paper work was just not getting it for him. I mean, he was learning the material. He was crying. I was almost in tears because I'm like, you're gonna do this, So anyway, we put down what we were doing right after Christmas of this year, last year, so 2018. I was just on Instagram and saw the Good and the Beautiful. They just came out with a new handwriting curriculum, and actually I was looking for handwriting curriculum because his handwriting is not the best. He's a lefty and I'm a righty, so his handwriting is not the best. I was like, we need to work on some handwriting skills. So I was looking for a handwriting curriculum, came across somebody's post about the Good and the Beautiful who just released their latest handwriting or whatever. She's like, oh, let me check this out. So I clicked on the website. It was jennyphillips.com, saw the language arts, and guess what? It's free to download the language arts curriculum. I think it's levels 1 through 5 or 1 through 6. I can't remember. To download them, I'm like, well, hello, I'm all about free. So I downloaded the level 3 because I was thinking he's third grade, maybe level 3. But just to insert a little side note here, the Good and the Beautiful curriculum is not based, level 1 is not necessarily first grade, level 2 is not necessarily second grade in the public school. She has some little tests that you can go on her website and administer. So I did that with my child, and he did qualify or place in what would be level 3. So anyway, I downloaded like the first 50, I downloaded the whole thing, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna waste my ink if this is just not gonna work for us. So I downloaded like the first 50 pages. I printed like the first 50 pages just to give it a try. And I was so impressed. My third grader, my 8-year-old sat down, and I'm just flipping through the pages here, and he was just like, this is so cool, I love this. And he's learning about putting commas in, about nouns and verbs and pronouns. He's getting the grammar, he's getting the punctuation, but alongside all this wonderful stuff, this is like one of the first things that really impressed me about this. This is like lesson 1 of this curriculum in the level 3 was this really cool picture, and I'm trying to show y'all without a glare here. It's just a picture, it's an art picture, and there's a lot of different art that she has throughout level. I haven't looked at any of the other levels, so I'm talking about level 3. But, and what she'll do is she'll say, put this picture in front of your child. This was just an example with this one, and let them look at it, and then you discuss the picture. What do you see in the picture? And he says, I see the boat and the trees and the, the river, and then, and then she says, okay, let the child sit down and pick out 10 nouns that he sees in that picture, or can he just use describing words to describe what's in that picture? I'm just talking about different pictures on through the book, different artwork, and so just to be able to use that as a way to teach grammar, because he was pulling out, he had to make a list of 7 nouns. So he said a man, a dock, a house, a goat, stairs, a pole, and a path. And then he had to put those in alphabetical order. And then he had to write a couple of sentences using what he drew out of this picture. So that was just, for him, that was just like the best thing ever, that he didn't have to look at this mundane thing to do language arts. That he could actually look at a picture and talk about that picture, and you know, so we are on like lesson 37, 38 now. So we are a good third almost. I think there's 100 and, let me look back so I won't tell you wrong. In level 3, there are 130 lessons, so we're not quite a third of the way into it, but we're around lesson 35. And that's the cool thing about this. There's the levels all the way up to level, I can't remember, I looked on her website yesterday, but anyway, as long as you've completed the lower levels by like 8th grade, I think it is, then you can start. She just released this week on her website a viewing of the high school language arts, so I'm really excited about that. I have a senior graduating this year, and I also have 2 that will be juniors next year that I'm looking at implementing the Brave and the Beautiful, not the Brave, the Good and the Beautiful curriculum for them. So I'm looking at that for them, but I'm also excited because I just put it into my cart and I've got to go in and check it out. I'm actually ordering from her the actual printed release of the level 3. I mean, being able to download it myself or print it myself was wonderful, but it takes a lot of ink, and as you can see in the picture that I just showed you, you need a really good printer. Here's another just example of some of the artwork that's in there. And not only are you like doing art analysis or art critic or whatever you call it, but there's also geography that's banded within this level as well. And I'm not sure about the other levels. I'm just looking at level 3, but my takeaway so far, this is the end of March, and we started this right after Christmas, so we've been going at it a full February, March, a good 3 months now, and we are loving it. And the goal of this curriculum is not necessarily to do 1 lesson per day. She kind of breaks it down to do some spelling, do some reading, and then go into the lesson, and then you work 30 to 45 minutes. If you get 1 lesson done in that time, you could get 2 depending upon the lessons. And y'all, you know, not every day does my 8-year-old sit down and excited to do language arts, because it is school, but he is getting him to sit down and do it now using the Good and the Beautiful in comparison to what we've used in the past. He's a different kid. I mean, he's not like, and he'll just sit there, Mom, do I have to do this? This is what he would do on the other. But this, he's like, okay, Mom, let's go and get it over with. You know, he's not like the most excited kid about school. He gets it done. And the Good and the Beautiful has made it so much better for us and so much more beautiful, so to speak, and how it's working for him and for my 3rd grader with level 3. And I have ordered the year 1 history, and I'm excited to get it. We're not going to start it, it's too close to the end of the school year. So when I get it in, I will try and do better about getting you all up to date on what we're doing and how it's working for us. I know the Good and the Beautiful has just like took an explosion. I never heard of it. Now I hear it all the time. So I just want to come on and give my opinion of the Good and the Beautiful and how it's worked for our 3rd grader. And we stopped mid-year, midstream, and put what we were doing down and picked up the Good and Beautiful, and I haven't looked back. I love it. I'm a Christian mom, a Christian homeschooler. I haven't come across anything that's caused me to, you know, everything is good. Everything is, you know, there's nothing that's leading you to believe any other type of beliefs that I have come across personally yet. So with that said, I'll give you an update maybe more later into the school year, and when we get our history and I actually get the printed set of the level 3 curriculum, I will let y'all take a look at it. Thanks.